This is morning cereal, Clumsy Hippo's morning cereal on Wednesday. I'm not on the right day, so I have to think about it. I'm trying to keep ahead of the game when I can. Fake fiction, obviously, has done a little bit more timely in case, I need to vent about something or whatever. Anyway, that's not why I'm here now. This is, since this is an off week for the Days of General Restlessness, because Love Knows Nothing begins on Friday. Trailer was yesterday, last Friday. No, that is last Friday. And so that's beginning Friday, and today being Wednesday, wink wink, I decided to do a bit of a recap of episodes 1 through 4, get you caught up or intrigued, and you can, look at this and think, okay, I'll go back and see what's going on. But there's a lot of shit happening. I didn't really, I had to write it down, so I had to start writing it down because I was like, wait a minute, hold on. There's a lot of shit. And I haven't actually read it since I wrote it, so we'll see how that goes. But, okay, here is, if you haven't, yet, this is the story of Tempest, an odd town on a plateau at the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. You can look it up. There are real things, a phenomenon called the Chinook winds that come down from the hills and the slopes, and they're warm, dry air. Of course, in this soap, sort of soap, mock soap, faux soap, whatever you want to call it, I will let you. Bad soap, I don't care. But read it first. But what the hell was I talking about? Damn it. Tangents. But in this story, ongoing story, I might add again, I can't impress upon you enough how much I have no plans for it to end. The Chinook winds always bring some type of changes or oddities and to people or nature, and so of course they're always kind of on the lookout. So the first 4 episodes builds you up right towards that, and then one day out into the aftermath of it, a bit of the aftermath. Now we get into the story, how it's going to propel forward and move into something that you probably don't see coming yet. You probably can't see coming yet. It's trouble with knowing what's coming already. Alright, so let me give this a try. Recap of Days of General Restlessness, episodes 1 through 4. Oh my god, I'd have to look it up because I don't even know. I forgot what, because I didn't originally title them. So I forgot what titles I gave them. And there we go. Okay. There is, episode 1 was pilot. Shouldn't have known that. Episode 2, life. Episode 3, sorry. And episode 4, then. THEN. So this is the recap of those 4 stories. Here we go. This isn't going to be very long. It's like, what is it, a page and a half? Yeah, page and a half. If I just get going, of course. Okay, now in episode 1, we learn of a town on the eastern edge of the Rocky Mountains. Damn it, I repeated myself. Where a woman in red languishes at the border to enjoy your every arrival. A spunky high school hornbag lives and works at Wistrom's B&B and Spa with a woman pretending to be his mother while she waits for him to come of age, so to speak. A conspicuously curious countess, accompanied by a 20-year-old, 5'9" infant version cloned from herself, seems to be familiar with the manager of the spa, Camille Poisson, and suspicious of the hot-rodding delivery boy, Smoosh Weinstock, who seems to leave much richer than diner delivery should dictate. There's an alcoholic doctor, Steve Mancini, who often gets locked out by his wife, Honey, secretary to the Popish at the education complex. By the by, later, Honey comes up missing. Now, another doctor, Cream Houdini, has a god complex, while, along with a sassy nurse, an old nurse who eventually dies, they act like a third nurse is someone else altogether. Together, they revive an elderly dead man who arrived to surprise his son, Brett Crown, who probably stole the company from his father and then had him kidnapped. So this town, Tempest, is on a plateau where the weather never changes, and the true reality beyond the borders remains unseen to them, no matter what the season is. Is that in the future? Wait a minute. Oops, never mind. They frequently fear the oncoming Chinook winds. It's a real thing. Look it up. Which, not part of the real part. The winds change people or nature in any imaginable way, and a bajillion slews more. Dame Maggie Smith makes her first appearance as the Countess of Granville, doing Dame Maggie Smith, and her lady-in-waiting is killed by the helicopter blades. Dame Maggie's primary school teacher at the education complex, which has an anchor store, Hot Topic, and the high school is actually set for a reality show about high schools with real students and actors. Now, an amnesiac taxi driver has a car not much more advanced than Fred Flintstone's. You haven't even seen the tram yet. One resident, medical examiner Belvedere Boopington, travels by zip line, and Smoosh Weinstock has no regard for borders or property as he drives and parks anywhere he pleases. Speaking of parks, some people come in when the winds do, hoping to have change for the better, that they would think, like the mayor who brought his secretary to bring her hopefully to life, because she's a very advanced sex robot. Secretary. I wrote, hey. When the winds come, a group of children disappear, and the new deputy, Stake Magnuson, finds suspicious replacement dolls. The teacher of the late Shirley Hemphill middle school becomes Shirley Hemphill herself, and no one remembers anything different. Cephalic leaves turn into scorpions. The lady in red from the border, or Miss Jones, tricks the clone Sissy into shooting and killing that spunky student Rocky. Local stray cat Ariana Grande becomes sentient. A squirrel turns into an eagle, and Chompy Mullen's baby is born invisible. Both the visiting doctor and her old friend, the town's new psychiatrist, aren't what they seem to be. Possibly who? Police vehicles include a tandem bike, ostriches, and roller skates. All the animals are the same animals that they've always had in Tempest, and Animal Control keeps track of them. Smoosh deals drugs. The oldest resident reports incomplete and incompetent and gruff reports remotely for the local nightly news. So Stake, the new deputy, and Sky, the B&B owner, find themselves together at Melt's Diner, where everything, even Sky's coffee, comes with melted cheese, and she chose pepper jack. The barber is mysteriously stalking the hairdresser. A mysterious old friend of Miss Jones arrives and appears to be starting some sort of cult. Chompy goes crazy in the hospital and kidnaps a baby. A deaf boy's closed captioning starts displaying his thoughts. Let's see. The medical examiner is caught playing with Play-Doh and goes away with a quizzical reference to 5 branches. In the way back, a thought watches the first 5 traveling families to come to Tempest, as past people. Way past, each bearing the names of present-day residents. The death of an agent for the FBO, Federal Bureau of Obscurities, a niche division of the Shushit branch, the FBA, Federal Bureau of Absurdities, brings more agents in search of her and the mysterious target she had come to investigate, author of a tell-all book about the residents of Tempest. On the nightly news, meteorologist Pierce McMillan is caught off guard as on the radar white dots begin appearing all across the town. And actually a bit of that may not have happened yet. Spoiler alerts, though, for you. Twin holds her twin captive and dates her twin's boyfriend, Bruce, the security from Wisham's B&B. More disappearances, some unexpected arrivals, more than once. Tempest secrets begin to surface, and a multi-sided battle for the town begins. So that's kind of a recap and a little peek forward into what's coming. And next week I'll be back with the Wednesday edition of Morning Serial with episode 5 of Days of General Restlessness. Until then, have a great week until Friday, when you'll listen to the first episode of Love Knows Nothing, a 2-parter. very different from Slumber Guard if you listen to that, and if you didn't, go back and listen to it first. So you'll see that it is different, if nothing else. Thanks. Bye.